Now section B of your chapter number 4. First, define range. So what can we say about range? That is the difference between the highest and the lowest observation of the data. That is called range, and it is denoted by capital R. So we can also say R is equal to XH minus XL. Second is define quartile deviation. So quartile deviation, that is the measure which we obtain by dividing the difference between third quartile and first quartile, that is Q3 minus Q1, and divided by 2. And quartile deviation is denoted by QD. Third, which types of measure of dispersion are used for comparing two or more groups of variability or in terms of their variability? So the relative measure of dispersion is used for comparing the two or more groups in terms of their variability. Fourth, which is the best measure of dispersion? So standard deviation is the best measure of dispersion. Fifth question, if the data of heights of 10 students are given in centimeter, what is the unit of its variance? The answer is, if the data of height of 10 students are given in centimeter, the unit of its variance is centimeter square. Sixth question, for a company making pipes, the following information of diameter in centimeter of pipes is obtained. Find the range of the diameter of the pipes. This diameter in centimeter they have given and number of pipes. Now in question number 6, first we have to find out XH, that is upper limit of last class, which is our highest value, that is 120, and then XL, that is the lower limit of initial class or first class, so which is 20. Now range, so what is our formula for finding range? That is XH minus XL, that is equal to XH is 120 minus XL value is 20. So 120 minus 20, that is equal to 100 centimeter. So our range for question number 6 is 100 centimeter. Now question number 7, the 25th and 75th percentile of a frequency distribution are 72.18 and 103.99 respectively. Find the quartile deviation. Now this I have already explained you, that is 25th and 75th percentile means what? Okay, so 25th percentile, that means your Q1, and 75th percentile, that means your Q3. So Q1 and Q3 value, it is directly given to us in question, which is 72.18 and 103.99. We have to find the quartile deviation, that is QD. So the formula for finding QD is Q3 minus Q1 upon 2. Q3 value is 103.99 minus Q1, that is 72.18, divided by 2. Now when we will subtract this 103.99 minus 72.18, we will get our answer 31.81 divided by 2. Now when you will divide, so our answer will come 15.905. Up to 2 decimal if we will round off, that is 15.91. That is our quartile deviation. Question number 8. 7 students of a group get this marks in a test of 25 marks. What is the standard deviation of their marks? Now here, as you can see, that all the observations are same, that is 20 is getting repeated 7 times. So as you can see that observation of marks are this, so all the observations they are having same magnitude, so our standard deviation will be 0. So answer we will write that all observations are of same magnitude, therefore standard deviation marks S will be 0. Therefore S is equal to 0. Question number 9. Find the mean deviation for the observation -1, 0 and 4. Mean deviation we have to find. Now x, that is number of observation, is given to us -1, 0 and 4. When do the total, that is -1 plus 4, which will give us 3. So we can find out x bar is equal to sigma x upon n. That is equal to sigma x is 3 and n, that is number of observation, is also 3. So our x bar is 1. Now we have to find absolute value of x minus x bar. So -1 minus 1, so which will give us -2, and we'll write down here 2 because we have to write the absolute value. Then 0 minus 1, so 1, and 4 minus 1, that is 3. So here our x minus x bar value will come 6. Now we'll find out mean deviation, that is equal to sigma x minus x bar upon n. So x minus x bar is 6 and n is 3. So therefore our mean deviation is equal to 2. Section C. Now section C, question number 1 to 4 are theory questions which you have to write by yourself from textbook. Question number 5. Find the range and the coefficient of range for the observations 6, 11, -3, 0 and 8. Now section C, 5th question. So the observations which are given to us is 6, 11, -3, 0 and 8. And highest observation, it is 11, and XL, that is lowest observation, is -3. Now first of all we'll find out range. So range is equal to XH minus XL, that is 11 minus -3, that is equal to, now minus minus will become plus, so 11 plus 3, that is equal to 14. Now we'll find out coefficient of range. So coefficient of range formula is XH minus XL upon XH plus XL, or we can write down R in place of XH minus XL. So our range was 14 and XH plus XL, so that is 11 plus -3, so that is equal to 14. Now 11 minus 3 is equal to 8. So 14, when you will divide it by 8, so our answer is 1.75. Question number 6. Find the coefficient of quartile deviation for the observations. Now whenever we are finding any quartiles, so our first step is to arrange our data or observations in ascending order. So here first of all we'll arrange it in ascending order, and n, that is number of observations, is 7. So first quartile we'll calculate. Q1 is equal to value of n plus 1 upon 4th observation, that is equal to value of n is 7. So 7 plus 1 upon 4th observation, that is equal to value of, now 7 plus 1 is 8 divided by 4, so that is equal to value of second observation. Now from here our second observation is 3, so Q1 is equal to 3. Now Q3 will calculate, so that is value of 3n plus 1 upon 4th observation, so that is equal to value of 3, n is 7, so 7 plus 1 upon 4th observation. Now value of 7 plus 1 is 8, 8 divided by 4, that is 2. So observation, that is equal to value of 6th observation. Now the sixth observation we'll see from our observations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, that is 15. So that is equal to Q3 is equal to 15. Now we'll find out coefficient of quartile deviation. So coefficient of quartile deviation formula is Q3 minus Q1 upon Q3 plus Q1. Value of Q3 is 15 and value of Q1 is 3. So 15 minus 3 and 15 plus 3. So 15 minus 3 is equal to 12 and 15 plus 3 is equal to 18. Now divide it. So when we'll divide it, we'll get our answer as 0.67. That is our coefficient of quartile deviation. Question number 7. Find the mean deviation for the observation 3, 8, 1, 7 and 6. Now number of observations are given to us and we have to find its mean deviation. So first of all, we'll find out sigma x, that is total of all these observations, which is equal to 25. Now I'll find out x bar. So x bar is equal to sigma x upon n. Sigma x is 25 and n is its number of observations is 5. So that is equal to 5. Now our x bar is 5. So we'll find out the absolute value. So 3 minus 5, that is equal to 2. 8 minus 5, 3, 1 minus 5, 4, minus sign we have to ignore over here, 7 minus 5, 2 and 6 minus 5, 1. Now total of this 12. Now we'll find out mean deviation, that is equal to sigma x minus x bar upon n, absolute value, so that is equal to 12 upon number of observations is 5. So 12 divided by 5, it is equal to 2.4. Question number 8. If x bar is equal to 25 and the coefficient of variation is 20%, find the variance. Now x bar is given to us, coefficient of variance is given to us 20%. We have to find the variance, that is s square. Now first of all, what is our coefficient of variation formula? It is s upon x bar into 100. So coefficient of variation is equal to s upon x bar into 100. Coefficient of variation 20, s we have to find and x bar is 25. Simple cross multiplication, 20 into 25, so that is equal to, or we can do the calculation like this. We can first cut and then we can divide it by 4, any of the methods. So 20 is equal to 25 4s are 100, so here it will come 4s. Therefore s is equal to 20 divided by 4, so s is equal to 5. Now we have to find variance. So variance is equal to s square, that is equal to 5 square. So 25 is our variance. Now find the standard deviation for the observation 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So n, that is number of observations, is 5 and x, that is a number or observations. Now first of all, we will find out mean. So mean formula is x bar is equal to sigma x upon n. Now sigma x means total of all our x values. So total will do, that is equal to 15. So x bar is equal to 15 divided by 5, that is equal to 3. So mean is 3. Now we'll find out x minus x bar. So 1 minus 3, so minus 2, 2 minus 3, minus 1, 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 is 1 and 5 minus 3 is 2. Now x minus x bar square, so 2 2s are 4, minus 1 square is 1, 0 square 0, 1 square is 1 and 2 square is 4. So the total of this is 10. And here if we do, it is 0. Now we will find out standard deviation. So what is our standard deviation formula? Square root of sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n, that is equal to sigma x minus x bar square, that is 10 upon, what is n? 5. that is equal to 2. So root 2 we have to find. So our standard deviation value or answer will come 1.41. Question number 10. Which of the following factors is more stable with respect to daily production? Now here factory A and B, we have to compare which company is more stable. Average daily production they have given in units, that is your X bar, and standard deviation units they have given, that is your S. So for factory A, average daily production or X bar is given to us, that is 50, and standard deviation is given to us 10. So first of all we will calculate CV, that is coefficient of variation, S upon X bar into 100. So our answer will come 1000 divided by 50, that is equal to 20%. Now for factory B, average daily production is given to us 48 and standard deviation is given to us 12. Again we will calculate CV for factory B, S upon X bar into 100. So that is equal to 1200 divided by 48. So when you will divide it, you will get your answer as 25%. Now here we have to say which factory is more stable. So here the CV is less of factory A. So therefore factory A is more stable. Now question number 11. The 25th and 75th percentile of a data set are 20 and 36 respectively. Find the coefficient of quartile deviation of the data set. Now this is the same type of question which we solved in exercise 4.6. So here, and section B also same type of sum is there. So 25th and 75th percentile means Q1 and Q3. So 25th percentile and 75th percentile, that is equal to Q1 and Q3. So Q1 is 20 and Q13 is 36. What you have to find out? You have to find coefficient of quartile deviation. So coefficient of quartile deviation, the formula is Q3 minus Q1 upon Q3 plus Q1, that is equal to Q3 is 36 minus Q1, that is 20, and down 36 plus 20, that is equal to 36 minus 20 is 16, and here 56. So 16 divided by 56 is equal to 0.29. So that is our coefficient of quartile deviation.